In this video, I'm diving into 8 shiny new features you need to know about. So if what you want is to stay ahead of the curve and to learn about the hottest trends in Canva, then you're watching the right video. What's up, guys? I am Ronnie, your host, your go-to Canva guru. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, to your YouTube channel, if you want to learn how to design with Canva. Today, it's episode 40 already of What's Hot in Canva, our series where we jump into everything that's new in Canva. Today, we cover 8 features that have been released this month of July, August. And yeah, we're starting right now with a few UI, UX tweaks. This first piece of news is going to make a lot of Canva free users really happy. You might already know, but Pixabay actually belongs to Canva. And recently, Canva decided to add 500 plus music tracks from the Pixabay library for free to Canva. So let me show you where you can get these tracks because there's a lot of value. There weren't so many free audio clips for free users, I mean. So we'll start from the editor and we are going to go to the Elements tab. Okay, you can click on that. And then in the search box, you want to filter by audio. Okay, right here, audio. You can type in any keyword you like. Let's go for old school hip hop beat. Okay, there you go. So what I want to do here to show you all of these clips are indeed free, I'm going to use the filter and filter for free only. Okay, so that's it. My filter has been applied. And now you see all of these tracks are basically taken from the Pixabay library. And I'm going to show that to you in a sec. Let's play this one. Yeah, pretty cool. So if I click on the 3 little dots right here, view more by delete user from Pixabay. Okay, so this is from Pixabay. So this one right here, let's take another one, hip hop drum beats. Pretty cool, pretty old school. Again, this is by Mastered Plug from Pixabay. So you have all of these cool tracks for free that you can use as a free user that have been taken from the Pixabay library. So all you have to do to find them is to head over your audio category in the Elements tab. You can use the filter just like I did, so you don't have all the pro stuff mixed in. And yeah, that's how you can use these clips. So to use them, just click on them. They will be positioned on your timeline. You can trim them, you can copy them, you can cut them, you can do a bunch of different things. So that was the first news, some free music for everybody to enjoy. And talking about music, there is something new that you can do in Canva when you use a timer, all right? So you can now add music when you add a timer with a set number of minutes or seconds. So let me show you how you can do that. So first, you need to set a timer, okay? So at the bottom of your screen, on the left side of the bottom of your screen, I would say, you should see a button that says Show Timer. So you click here, that's the first step, and then you should see your timer popping up. You can set like the amount of minute that you want from like 1 minute to, I believe, 10 minutes. No, you can actually go further. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for 5 minutes. But then you have a little music note icon right here. So if you click here, you will open the menu for these music that you can use with your timer. So you have 5 categories. You have lo-fi. Let's play. Gonna try to bump the volume. So this is lo-fi, quite chill, quite like laid back. You have energetic. Okay, this is energetic. Yeah, you have upbeat. It's quite funky. Okay, and then you have dramatic and focus. Oof, that's very dramatic. And then you have focus. So if you have like a team brainstorming, you can add one of these music, like for example, focus. I think this is not too disturbing, like the people can keep working and thinking, brainstorming. So yeah, that's just a little add-on, a little novelty that Canva puts at your disposal for your team meetings, your brainstorming, your like timer sessions. You have now a few musical or audio options to play with. And then we have one last UI tweak that Canva added this month. This one is called Account Switcher, and it allows you to easily switch between your different Canva accounts. Not talking about your different Canva teams. You can have different teams within the same account, but your different Canva accounts. So if you are using Canva with different email addresses, like I am, so the way you do that, and I'm going to show you from the home page right here, you click on your little like profile picture or team profile picture, click here. This will unfold your main account menu. So from here, you see first your teams. Okay, so I have different teams here. We have Team Rondi, we have a few teams that Canva gave us access to, like Verified Expert, the Canva Studio, etc. We have Diana, I have my own account. But then if you focus on the following section, this section right here, these are your different accounts. So if I want to switch to my free account, I can click here. No need to re-enter a password or anything. I am already in my free account. You see, this is my Ronnie free account. So very convenient. You don't need to log out, open a different window or different tab, and then search for your password and all of that stuff that we used to have to do in order to switch between our Canva accounts. So very much appreciate that. Right, we are making some good progress. I hope you are enjoying this tutorial that I prepared for you. If you are, give me a like. I would highly appreciate that. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. We have 2 new videos every single week, one from me and one from my wife, Diana.
Hola!
All right, back to the tutorial. Let's move into what's new in charts. Right, so what's new in chart is that Canva recently added 8 new types of chart for us to enjoy. The first ones that we have is the proportional stacked bars or row charts. Then we have the stream charts, we have unstacked area chart, we have proportional stacked area charts, we have categorized bar race chart, and simple tree map packed circle chart. Okay, that was a little bit of a Chinese for me. So let's dive into the chart and try to find all of these new chart types. Okay, so charts are located under elements. Okay, so click on elements and you want to scroll down until you see this chart section right here in the menu. So if I am correct, the first one has to do with bar charts. Okay, so I believe those, let me click here, stack row chart. I think this is not new. This one, stacked proportional bar chart. I think this one is new. Okay, so I'm not gonna fill them up. I'm just like pinpointing what is new here. So we have this one to show different proportions. Okay, so this is one of these new charts. And I believe the other one is this one, which is the same one, but represented horizontally instead of vertically. So these two called the proportional charts. And I'm not a data expert. I'm actually quite poor with math. So I don't know exactly what are the use cases for each of these charts. Proportional would probably, it rings to me like, for example, if I wanted to represent my total revenue, okay, if I have 4 or 5 different streams of income, could use something like this. So I would have the different years on the x-axis, like, I don't know, like 2018, 19, 2020, etc. up to today. And then here I would have the amount of money, and then each color, so the series, would be my different streams of income. So I guess this would be a good use case to represent the proportion of your income divided between these different platforms or income streams. So that would be one of my guesses that we could use these charts for this type of things. Moving on, what else is new here? They told me, yeah, area charts. So let's unfold them. I think this one, and this one are new. I'm going to select the 3 of them and resize them. This is a little hack. You can resize different things at the same time to have everything at the same size. All right, so there you go. Let me get rid of these settings, show rule. I don't need the rulers and guides here. There you go. So these 3 types of charts, they are called area charts. To be very honest, I'm not sure what you would use that for. If you know, enlighten us. Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, what are these charts good for? Like I told you, I'm not a math person, not a scientist. I'm more like a creative, like a marketing kind of guy, or business kind of guy. Yeah, so if you do know what these charts are good for, I am curious and I would love to know. All right, and the last type of charts that is new is these one right here, the hierarchy charts. I know there are two more. So there's one here, I believe it's this one. Yes, the cluster ones. So there are two. So these two to kind of represent groups of people or countries, and within these countries, like subgroups, that would be very useful. Let me add another page to my doc right here because there is one last novelty, and that last one is in the bar race chart. There was already one, but I believe the new one is this one right here, the one called categorized bar chart race. The other one is just the bar chart race, which is not new, but the categorized bar chart race, you see, have different groups. I believe in the other one, you couldn't have any groups. Let me quickly, yeah. So this one has only one series. This one has different groups. You see group 1, 2, 3. So this one is the last novelty in terms of charts. So if I'm not mistaken, I have covered the 8 new types of charts that you can have some fun and work. Charts are not fun. Like, let's admit it, a chart is not fun unless you are a data scientist, but you can work with these. They are available for you in Canva. All right, let's move on. All right, moving on into a more familiar territory, at least for me. I'm talking about what's new in website. This month we have one novelty and also a landing page I believe you should know about, because I believe this is so far Canva's best resource center for everything Canva website related. So I'm going to start with that. So if you head over canva.com/domains, you should reach this landing page right here, which I believe is probably the best jumping board for anyone willing to create a Canva website. And by the way, if you haven't yet watched my Create Your Canva website in less than 20 minutes, I suggest you have a look. It's gonna be right here also in the description, where I create a complete landing page from scratch with animated icons and your brand colors and everything in a record time. This completely for free, even if you're a Canva free user. So back to our landing page right here. So from here, you have a bunch of different assets to understand how Canva website works. So why purchase a domain with Canva? So Canva, if you didn't know, also allows you to purchase your own domain via Canva directly. So you don't have to go to GoDaddy or SiteGround or any type of other hosting website or platform. You can do everything from Canva after creating your website with Canva. So they explain to you how to do that, find the perfect name for your domain, build a site worthy of your domain name. So you have like a bunch of resources to help you actually build your website. My tutorial is better. And then you have, and this leads me to the new feature, your domain, your way. And it goes like this. Got a domain name you've been using for years? Like if you have already a domain, you can bring your own domain to Canva with Canva Pro. So this novelty is only for pro users, and publish your website with your existing domain name intact. Okay, so if I click here, and this is the novelty, you can bring your own domain. So if you have, I don't know, yourname.com, for example, you could connect that to your Canva website. You need to do a little bit of a manipulation with your DNS server from your hosting, existing hosting. It's not that complicated. Me, unfortunately, I have a domain, ronniehermosa.com. You see, ronniehermosa.com, but for some reason, this domain is not supported. So I am talking to Canva to see if they can solve that issue. And if they do, I will update this tutorial, or I will create a new tutorial about creating a website with a domain that is already yours to show you the full process. Unfortunately, I can't. So yeah, the next steps here, let me show you with another domain. So a domain that, for example, teamrondy.com. This one should work. I'm not willing to configure this website with a Canva site because we have built already teamrondy.com, which I encourage you to check out. There's plenty of resources there. But yeah, you can connect that domain manually to Canva, you see? So you can review the steps. There's a few different steps. It's pretty well documented. So if you follow these steps, you will be able to connect your existing domain to your Canva website. Again, you need to be a pro user for that. But other than that, it should be pretty straightforward. All right, guys, let's move on to yet another category of features. I'm talking about what's new with Magic Studio, aka all of the AI-powered features in Canva. I have two new features to talk about related to AI or magic. That's how Canva kind of like refers to the AI features. The first one is that you now have personalized magic answers. So that is basically your help section, your help button on steroids, okay? So basically the promise here and the novelty is that Canva tells us, depending on if you are a pro user, a free user, or if you are visiting a specific landing page of the Canva website or a specific project, we will answer your question in a personalized way to best fit your current context, your current situation. That is the promise. Now, I want to put that to a test. So I'm going to come back to this page right here where I was trying to connect my ronniehermosa.com to Canva so I could like host a Canva website on that URL. So it says this domain is not supported. Okay, so let me find the help section. I don't see one right here on this specific page. So I'll go back one time right here and now I see the help button, ask me anything. So if you click here, you will power the AI search assistant. So it says, hi, I am an AI powered assistant who can help you with ideas, advice, and questions. So my question is this: what should I do if my own domain is not recognized, is not supported? And I have the answer right here. If your domain provider doesn't support automatic connection to Canva, you can still point your domain to Canva's servers by updating its DNS settings. This process can vary between domain hosts, so it's best to check the help articles of your domain host or to contact their support team for help. But in a nutshell, here are 4 different steps. So log into your domain provider's website, navigate to your domain settings, look for an option to edit your DNS records, and then add a CNAME record pointing to Canva's server. Okay, so that is the response of the AI assistant. It recognized it had to do with this. So I think I have seen something about DNS and CNAME and all of that stuff that I don't understand, but this shows me that I have a personalized answer right here. Now, let me show you something very different. I'm going to start from the homepage and I'm going to close the window. Actually, could have kept it open. Let me just refresh this to make sure everything is good and up and running here. Okay, so relaunching the assistant. So how do I get started here? Okay, so I just ask a very newbie question. How do I get started here to see if the Canva AI help assistant recognizes I'm lost on the homepage? So it recognized I'm a pro user. So that's part of that personalized help like that I'm receiving. It recognized my plan. It recognized I'm a pro user. So that's great. So from the homepage, you can start by clicking the create a design button. So it also recognized I am on the homepage. That's pretty cool. Choose from the list of design types or enter a custom dimension for your design. So once you are in the editor, you can add elements, text, images from the left-hand side panel, etc., etc., etc. This worked like a charm. I was recognized as a pro user and Canva's help assistant recognized I was on the homepage. So yeah, I think this worked very well. The second new feature when it comes to AI-powered features is one that is related to Magic Write, which is kind of like Canva's version of built-in ChatGPT or text-to-text, like text generation. And the feature is called Magic Write Add Below and Replace Buttons, because there are 2 new buttons that work with the Magic Write assistant. So let me start by showing you what is Magic Write and how to use it, and then I will talk about the novelty, these 2 new buttons. So Magic Write is a freemium feature. Freemium meaning you can use it for free for a couple of times, actually a set number of times for lifetime. So it's not every month, it's just lifetime. I think you have 50 free uses. And then if you want to keep using it, you need to upgrade to Canva Pro, Canva for Teams, or the paid plans. So what it does is basically it helps you rewrite or write from scratch with the help of an LLM, a large language model, kind of like ChatGPT. So what I have here is the hook of this video. You might remember remember it. Hey, in this video, I'm diving into 8 shiny new features. So that's the hook of my video. And if I select the text within it, I can use the magic write button right here. So the novelty, let me get straight to the novelty. It will work only if I use the custom prompt. If I use any of these shortcuts, so continue writing, shorten, rewrite, more fun, more formal, all of these will simply rewrite my text and change the original text for the new one, okay? And that's what we don't want. We don't want Canva to make that kind of decision to replace my original text without my actual consent. That's why they came up with these 2 buttons, which is part of the novelty. So the novelty is this: if you use the custom prompts feature option, the last one on the list, you can prompt that. So for example, write this in a funnier way. Write this hook in a funnier way. I'm gonna generate. So here, Magic Write is going to give me an alternative hook. So in this hilarious video, I'm about to unravel 8 sparkling new features that are an absolute game changer. If you are all about being ahead of the pack and uncovering the latest Canva crazes, then congratulations, you've stumbled upon the ultimate video goldmine. Okay, don't like that, that's over the top. I would never say something like that. So the novelty, here it is. You can add this below, so add this below your text box or replace. So that is the novelty. Magic Write now gives you the option to keep your original text, but also add the new one below. Yes, with this button right here. So if I add it below, there you go. Now I have both hooks and I can format them in the same way. So the way I would do that is simply by using the copy style button. There you go. Boom. Now I have 2 hooks, approximately the same size, both with emojis. You can choose which one you prefer. All right, folks, we are almost at the end. I have one last feature to talk about. This one has to do with presentation, and it is very specific. It is only for Android users because it has to do with your phone. I'm talking about a new feature for the remote control for Android users, for the people who are using the Canva app on Android, okay? So it's a very specific use case, and the remote control is also a quite specific use case. It is a feature that allows you to use your phone pretty much as a clicker. I don't have an Android device, I only have an iPhone, so I cannot really demonstrate the remote control and the fact that you can use the volumes button as a clicker, so as like a move forward, move back kind of like button, so to switch between the different slides of your presentation. So yeah, that is what Canva announces as a novelty. I'm not sure if what's new is that the fact that you can use the volume plus and minus button for moving towards your next or previous slide, or if you can use remote control via the Android app, if that is a novelty, like at all. Like, I don't know if it already existed before, remote control for Android. I don't have an Android. So yeah, used to, but now I switched to iPhone. So what I can do though, is to show you that first, this feature is free for people who are using the Android app. So if you are, the way to access this feature is when you are in presenter mode. Okay, so this is my presenter mode. Have a look at the bottom of your screen here. You should have a few different options, okay? So if you click on the 3 little dots, you should see Share Remote Control. So if you click here, Canva is going to generate a QR code. Not this one. This one is a design that I pasted on my slide. So this one is the one that is actually coming up from this button right here. So if you scan this with your phone, you should open the remote control. So I'm going to show you from my iPhone what it does. Okay, so I open the QR code scanner. I'm gonna scan this, and then you should open the Canva app and open the remote control. So the remote control looks like this. All right, so you see the 2 different arrows. You have your magic shortcut on the top. So magic shortcut, you can easily launch one of the reactions of magic shortcut. See here, confettis, bubbles, all of that good stuff, okay? But the real kicker, I would say, is the fact that you can now navigate the different slides of your presentation from your phone, from the plus and minus buttons right here, arrows. So that is the novelty. The fact that you can now do this on an Android device, or the fact that you can use the volume up and down buttons to basically control these 2 arrows. So it's one or the other, not sure exactly which one it is, but yeah, you can now do this on Android, just like on your iPhone. All right, these are the 8 features I wanted you to be aware of today for the month of August. Thank you for watching until the end. If you're still here, you are a legend. There's no other word for it. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the What's Hot episode in case you missed one.